Hello, everyone. On today's IRS Tax Refund update, as we close out week 2 of the current tax season, we'll take a look at the latest developments. Meanwhile, for our viewers who continue to wait on last year's tax refunds, we'll recap the situation and ongoing causes for some of those delays, in addition to the top letters being sent out by the IRS over the last week. We'll also take a look at adjusted tax refunds and what happens if the IRS has the wrong bank account information on file for you, and a recap of accessing those tax transcripts. Now, as we've entered the second week of the 2023 tax season, the IRS, as of this recording, has still not posted the weekly filing statistics for week 1, which has now put them behind in the reporting of the tax filing, as the first report was expected on February 3rd. So we at this point do not have any official numbers on how this tax season is going, but we're hearing from a number of early filers who have already had their tax returns processed and either refunds already issued or scheduled for release this week. So there has been some quick turnaround time already for some. Several viewers have reached out to report a change in their refund status results from originally seeing those orange status bars to now encountering this message when checking the status of their tax refund. Now, this is going to be expected for some, and it was experienced last tax season as well, and does not automatically mean there's an issue with your tax return that is going to lead to a refund delay. However, for potentially more information, do check your tax transcripts, and for those who have not done so already, we will show you how to access those later on in the video. Now, a common occurrence that happens every year with those tax refunds are those who accidentally enter the wrong bank account information on their tax returns to receive that direct deposit. It should be noted that once the IRS accepts the return, you cannot change the bank account information. So once the IRS issues you that refund and receives that direct deposit back as rejected from the bank, they will automatically issue you out a paper check to your address on file within 3 to 4 weeks. Unfortunately, some of you this tax season may not receive your refund after it's been issued, and again, that's a common problem that occurs every year. For those of you who did not receive that direct deposit refund after 1 week of waiting since that refund date was set, you will want to initiate a payment trace. However, those of you who have not received a paper check must generally wait 30 days before initiating that payment trace. The payment trace can be done either through the IRS automated phone system, speaking to an IRS phone rep, or by filling out and submitting IRS Form 3911 as seen here. However, if you're married and filing jointly, you cannot use the automated system to file a payment trace and must either speak to a phone rep or use this form. The form applies for both lost paper checks and direct deposit refunds that have not been received. For those of you still waiting on last year's tax refunds, the IRS has been increasingly slow in releasing updates on the remaining tax return backlog, with the last update coming in late January. However, that update only provides numbers through the end of December, so they're really 1 month behind in reporting, which makes it very difficult to exactly forecast what is left of the backlog. As of the last update, there's still over 2 million unprocessed e-file and paper individual tax returns remaining. Based on the latest processing figures, we believe today the backlog of the remaining e-file and paper returns is probably around the 1.3 million mark. However, what ended up during the last IRS update is they increased the remaining backlog by over 100,000 when there should be absolutely no reason why last year's backlog is continuing to grow. As of 2 weeks ago, there is still 439,000 unprocessed amended returns from last year, and that is unlikely to be fully cleared until closer to summer as of this point. Now, as the IRS continues to process the remaining tax return backlog, we also see the issuing of new notices to impacted taxpayers, including the CP12 notice as seen here, indicating the tax refund has been automatically adjusted. Now, for last year, the primary reason we saw these adjustments was involving math errors relating to those advanced CTC payments and those claiming the recovery rebate credit. It should be noted that neither one of these two reasons applies to tax year 2022, which should help decrease the amount of returns containing errors from being filed. Another letter still going out to those waiting on last year's refunds, even now, is IRS Letter 5071C requesting taxpayer to complete ID verification before the refund can be issued. ID verification was a huge cause of refund delays in 2022, and we're expecting that will continue this year. Now, it is too early for this letter to be sent out to taxpayers who filed so far this year, but some of those who filed this year can expect to receive a request to complete the process before seeing that tax refund. We continue to recommend checking those tax transcripts for the most up-to-date information on your tax filing and refund status. For those of you who have not done so already, to access your tax transcripts, you will need to create an account on the irs.gov website. Once you make it to the homepage, click on the Sign into your account as seen here. From there, click on the blue Sign into your online account button as seen here. If you've already created an account, simply log in using your existing credentials. If you have not, you will need to create an account and click on the ID.me Create an Account button as seen here and complete the steps necessary. Make sure to have a valid photo ID available to complete this process. Once you completed the account creation process, log into your IRS account and you will come to this account homepage. From there, click on the View Tax Records on the right-hand side of the screen as seen here. On the Tax Records page, click on the blue Get Transcript button as seen here. On the Get Transcript page, click on the scroll down button and select Federal Tax for the reason you need a transcript and click the Go button. From there, you will encounter one of the two following screens. If your tax year 2022 tax return has not been entered into the system, you'll encounter the image as seen on the left with NA listed in place of 2022. If your return has been entered in the system, you'll encounter the image on the right-hand side of the screen, and you will be able to click on tax year 2022 for the most up-to-date transcript. You can also access previous tax year's transcripts as well for reference. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax refund or tax return issue. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.